Hey guys, welcome to the 3-day Side Hustle Starter Challenge. I am going to go in the Facebook group and make sure that I'm streaming. So because I am coming to you guys through my Zoom account and I'm sharing my screen, I can't see any comments. I have my phone on me, so hopefully I could see them as they come in. So I think we're live. Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. There we are. We're live. Okay, cool. Woo! So if you are watching on the live, go ahead and comment live below. If you're watching on the replay, let me know replay that you guys were here. So welcome to the challenge, guys. So a little bit more about this challenge and what to expect. I'm going to be coming live in this group in the Dietitian Side Hustle Facebook group today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So it's going to be the same time as right now, 6 o'clock Pacific time, 7 o'clock Mountain time, 8 o'clock Central time, and 9 o'clock Eastern time. So each day I'm going to do a short training, a short video. So we're talking 15 to 30 minutes. Today's will probably be the shortest. And then there's a simple assignment, like really simple, guys. You just have to respond to a question that I'm going to ask you at the end of this video. So you just watch the video, answer your question, and you're entered for each day. So you can watch on the live or catch the replay. I know some of you got different schedules going on and you can't be here live. So you could absolutely watch on the replay. The challenge is going to be over, like closed this Friday at noon, my time. So noon Pacific time. So that gives you some time to catch up, watch all the videos. So everyone who completes the challenge, meaning you watched all 3 days, you answered all 3 questions, you'll be entered into a drawing to win my Beyond the 9 to 5 coaching course. So my hope is that you do the challenge so that way you get inspired to start a side hustle, but I figure a little incentive doesn't hurt to help you guys do the thing. So our schedule, oh yay, I see your comments. Hey Lori, oh, I'm so glad you're here. Hi Sarah, I'm glad you can make it. Janelle, Jacqueline, oh hey Jacqueline, I'm so happy you're on. Therese, oh gosh, so many of you are on. Thank you guys for joining. So here's our schedule for the next 3 days. Day 1 is all about the mindset to start. Day 2 is about all the possibilities and things you could do for a side hustle. And day 3, we're going to talk about going all in and doing the thing. So a little bit about me. My name is Katie Dodd, and I own Katie Dodd Nutrition LLC. So that's made up of lots of different side hustles. I run the Dietitian Side Hustle Facebook group, my Dietitian Side Hustle podcast. I run the blog, The Geriatric Dietitian, and most recently, I started a food blog called High Calorie Recipes. I'm a blogger, a speaker, a mentor, and a leader within the field. So let's get into the good stuff, guys. So, hey, Jessica. Oh, yay. You guys are coming in. So today we are talking about the mindset to start. I am a huge fan of mindset, and you'll hear about this as we go through. But I really think when it comes to starting a side hustle, we got to start with mindset, because you guys are in the group because either maybe you do have a side hustle, but a lot of you don't yet, and you want to start one. And that starting is often the hardest piece. And the most important part is getting past that mindset so we can actually start. So I'm going to start off talking about time and financial freedom. So time and financial freedom are 2 things that are similar, but also very different. So financial freedom is really where you live a lifestyle where you don't have to worry about money. It sounds nice, right, guys? And so it's also a lifestyle where money is always coming in. I think sometimes we have this misconception when we're going to school that we think like, okay, I'm going to become a dietitian, I'll make all this money and life's going to be a breeze. But then we start adulting and we realize like, oh, dang, I'm a professional, but I'm still living paycheck to paycheck. And so many of us don't have that financial freedom, and money is a stressor. We do live paycheck to paycheck. So financial freedom is wonderful because you don't have to worry about money. And ideally, you are not always trading your time for money, because you could work a 40-hour job, a part-time job here, a part-time job there. You could work 80 to 100 hours a week and have financial freedom. But what kind of life is that, right? So it's not just about having money, but it's also about having time freedom, not having to exclusively trade your time for money. So time freedom is the ability to choose what you want to do with your time. So if you want to take a week off, and I mean, I know we're in a pandemic, but if when everything was normal, if you want to take a week off and like go to Disneyland, you can do that. And you don't have to worry about income because you're making money. You've got the time freedom, the financial freedom. So with time freedom, it's where you stop exclusively trading time for money, because we know that the more time you put in your business, the more likely you are to burn out. Now, in the beginning, when you're starting your business, you're starting your side hustle, yeah, you're probably going to have to do a little extra work to, figure out all the things, get everything in place. But if you continue at the pace where you are working so much, putting in so much time with your business, and you don't learn how to grow and scale, it's going to lead to burnout. So it's ideally creating a system where, yes, you are making money, but you're also getting time freedom. Because sometimes we think that our greatest asset is money, and that is not true. Time is our greatest asset. Time is something you can't buy back. Time is something that is, not guaranteed. And so really it's about our lives, and it's about the whole picture, and not just a side hustle or a job or money. So really time is our greatest asset. So I just want you guys to think about this when it comes to starting a side hustle, potentially building a business. It really all comes down to the opportunity to gain time and financial freedom. So really, how do we do that? How do we get there? It's all about collapsing time. It's about creating systems and having passive income streams, so you're not exclusively trading time for money. So I'm talking to you guys about this for a reason, because I want you guys to know that it's okay to make more money. We know that dietitians in general are underpaid. I think a lot of us have money mindset issues. We think like, oh, it's not okay to say out loud, I want to make more money. But it is. It totally is. But I think if you think about it, we go through the dietetic internship, most of us unpaid. If you were paid, that's amazing. But most of us, it's unpaid. And to get into that internship, we had to volunteer a lot, and we had to do a lot of free work just to have our applications be good enough to get into an internship. So we are so used to this mindset of volunteering and doing work for free. And I'm a chronic volunteer. I volunteer all the time. I'm not dissing volunteering, but I think there's some things in kind of how when we become dietitians, it does affect our mindset when it comes to money. And when we get a job, we're like, oh gosh, I should be thankful I've got this job. I'm frustrated. I don't feel like I'm paid enough. But I think a lot of dietitians really struggle with money mindset issues. So I just want to provide you guys reassurance and let you know it's okay to make more money. Time and financial freedom are good things, like totally good things. And the other thing I want to let you guys know is that you can make money online without seeing patients. I always thought that to be an entrepreneur, I had to see patients. I have a full-time job and I see patients there, and I had no interest in seeing patients outside of my full-time job. So when I figured out I could make money through other avenues, blogging, doing all these different things, I was just like, oh man, there's so many opportunities. So let's talk a little bit more about mindset. So one of my business coaches said to me, with everything in life, it's 80% psychology, 20% mechanics. What does that mean? So the mechanics is a thing. The mechanics is being a dietitian. The mechanics is doing the work. But 80% of it is psychology. It's your mindset. It's your belief. I'm a big fan of trying to figure out what your limiting beliefs are. What are those beliefs that you have that are holding you back, and getting rid of them? Because even though I think that this is a little bit cheesy, I believe it with every part of me. What you believe, you will achieve, whether that is positive or negative. If you believe that you can do anything, you're going to create this amazing side hustle and totally crush it, I 100% know that you can do it. You got to do the work, but you absolutely can. Now, if you go into starting a side hustle and you're like, oh, this is probably going to bomb, this is probably going to fail, who's going to want to come to me for this? You're probably right too. You probably won't have success. It really comes down to what you believe and your mindset, and believing that you can do anything, because you guys, you can. So I got a little Mary Poppins quote up here. So Mary Poppins said, anything is possible, even the impossible. So I want you guys to start this side hustle challenge, just knowing that you can do anything, that anything is possible. So much of it starts with your mindset and with your belief. And most of all, what I want you guys to have going forward is expectation. I want you guys to have the expectation for greatness. So this piece on expectation I want to talk to you about comes from Myron Golden. He is another amazing business coaching guru out there. But he talks about when it comes to expectation, it all has to do with the outcomes. So when we're thinking of something that, hasn't happened yet, something's going to happen in the future, we think of what the outcome is going to be. Now, if we think that that outcome is going to be undesirable, we think something bad's going to happen, it's not going to be good, we're going to fail, we are going to approach that thing with anxious apprehension, because we're anxious about like, oh gosh, we're going to fail. So we don't have a lot of joy moving into it, right? Where if we expect greatness, if we expect, I'm going to go out there, do the thing and have success, we're going to have joyful expectation. We are going to move forward into the thing with just excitement, knowing like, man, this is going to happen. So I want you all to move forward expecting greatness. I don't want you guys to be stopped by anxiety, because if we are expecting something undesirable to happen, if we're expecting like, oh man, this sounds great, Katie, but I really don't think I could do it. You're going to be stopped. You're going to be stopped by anxiety. And what anxiety is and what it's doing is it's causing us to waste present energy on future outcomes. So we're anticipating something negative is going to happen. And so we're spending our time now being anxious and, oh, it's going to be, oh. So I want you guys to take that, get rid of it. Let's get rid of it completely. Expect greatness, because you guys, that anxiety that we feel, that anxious apprehension, really stems from, a lot of dietitians suffer from it, perfectionism. So I want to talk to you guys about perfectionism, because I know a lot of dietitians are perfectionists. Probably most of us in this profession are. And I know that some of you wear perfectionism as a badge of honor, but I want to have a conversation about perfectionism, because I really have grown. I'm a recovering perfectionist myself, but I've really grown to realize that perfectionism is actually a weakness. And what perfectionism does is that it leads us to paralysis. We get so fixated on being perfect and learning everything first and doing everything just right before we actually start or do the thing, that we're just paralyzed. We don't move forward. We don't take action, or maybe it takes us so long to take action, we're like over it or burnt out before we even start. So I want to tell you guys, to start a side hustle, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to have 30 years of experience doing the thing, or, you could just be starting. It's totally fine. So I want all of you to strive for imperfection. I always say that done is better than perfect. And I will say, all of you are dietitians, or you are students or interns, dietitians to be, and you guys are good enough. Like, what you guys have to put out into the world and to create and to do is good enough just as it is. And doing that, getting it done, is going to be better than waiting for perfect, or, spending your time spinning your wheels waiting until you're ready. So done is better than perfect. So I made a new badge of honor for you guys to wear. It is the imperfectly perfect badge. So I just want to encourage you guys to be imperfectly perfect. Take action, believe that you can do anything. Because really, when it comes to the mindset to start, I mean, you got to start there. You got to start with the belief and with your mind, and just know that dietitian side hustlers have less time. A lot of you in the group, you have full-time jobs, you have part-time jobs, you have kids, you have, maybe you're in school. There's so many things that you guys have going on. You don't have all the time in the world. So you really need to be focused and not just busy. You don't need to be doing things just because someone somewhere said I need to be posting to social media 10 times a day, or whatever it is. We don't want busy work. We want to be focused and have you do things that will be actionable, so that way you can take the steps you need to have success in your side hustle. So you also need, for the mindset to start and move forward, you need a concrete idea of what your future will look like. You have to have the ability to see what it could be. You need to figure out the path. You need to forego perfectionism. You need to take imperfect action, be imperfectly perfect. Let go of anxiety that comes with the anxious apprehension of expecting undesirable outcomes. And so much of that really is tied up in ego. So really learning how to let go of all that stuff and ultimately pursue your dreams relentlessly. So coming to your assignment. Your assignment for today is, I want you to comment below, what is your greatest barrier to starting a side hustle? So what is the greatest barrier that you individually face when starting your side hustle? I think if we could identify that barrier, that will help you as we move into tomorrow, when we start talking about all the things you could do. And then we're going to talk about taking action. But doing this step first, to me, is the most important thing we could do, is figure out what is holding us back, so that way we can get rid of it and we can fill up that space with positivity and belief and mindset, and knowing like, yeah, it takes work, it takes strategy to do your side hustle, but you got to get your mind right first. So I mentioned this is going to be our shortest training. That is what I had for you guys. I hope that you guys feel inspired and encouraged. I hope that I gave you guys a little bit of insight into, the concept of having financial freedom and time freedom. It's okay to make more money. Let go of perfectionism. Expect greatness moving forward. I'm so glad to have you guys in the challenge. Comment below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye, guys.